Hey guys, welcome back. Tim Knox with Revolved Realty and my buddy Stephen Allen from the mortgage firm. How are you?
Awesome.
Awesome. And in this series of videos, we are talking about mortgages, everything you could possibly want to know about a mortgage, but we're afraid to ask. Do this. But we look smarter when we do that.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about the mortgage process. Speaking of looking smart, what is entailed in that process? Why does it seem to take a while to get everything moving? Kind of walk me through that, because I do have clients. Some mortgages seem to go really quickly. Some seem to drag out forever. Why is that?
I had a guy yesterday that told me that his opinion of a mortgage process was, next to planning a family member's funeral, was the second worst thing that you could do in your life was go through a mortgage process.
Yeah.
Really, it's been given that type of a name because people are dealing with the biggest purchase that they'll ever make.
Sure.
And because of that, we're going to look at a lot of things. You know, we look at income, stability of income, ability to repay. What have you done as far as your credit goes? There's a lot that goes into it. And I think people realize that it just isn't that intense, you know, and a lot of it is not due to the fact that we want to know, because we're going to pretty much ask you everything except a blood sample. You know, that is the normal way that it works in mortgage, or that's at least how you feel in a mortgage process. But realistically, it's because of the downturn in the economy back when we had such a huge foreclosure boom, when they were issuing mortgages with no documentation, everyone's approved.
Right.
That's why we're in this boat. And so when we are going through the loan process, yes, there are many turns in this mortgage. You go through a processing stage, you go through the underwriting stage, you do go through that process, and that is what typically takes the longest time. Sometimes you can fly right through, close your loan in 8 days. Other times you can go through and you are right up to contract date before you can close on that file. A lot of it determines, what does your situation look like? How many jobs have you had? So if you have something where you're coming to the table, you do have a few different job changes in the last couple of years, maybe you have some bumps and bruises on your credit, you just kind of got to be prepared. It's going to be a little bit of a toss-up with your mortgage. It doesn't mean we can't get it done, but it means that we're going to have to set the bar for what you can expect out of the process. It may take a little bit longer to do it. And when I say longer, my goal, and one of the things that I strive on here locally, we do not miss a close date. So that is what you put on that contract. That is my deadline. That means that if I get to that point, we are going to finish your mortgage by that day.
So there are a lot more steps involved and a lot more people involved than just you. When you come into, if someone comes into your office to apply for a mortgage, they do the paperwork. You are relying on, call them financial background checks, credit checks. You've got to verify everything that is on that paper that has been submitted to you to make sure that if you do lend this money, your chances of getting paid back are pretty good.
In our office alone, we'll have 10 eyes on your file before you get to closing.
Oh, wow.
Just because we have that many levels of protection that keep you protected as the buyer, making sure that we get everything handled in an efficient and very fast manner.
Yeah, and I know sometimes it can get really intense. For example, I had my home refinanced, and I had to prove where money was coming from, and I had gotten some money out of a stock account, and basically had to create this entire paper trail from the time that money hit my bank account to where it left my stock account, because I think they were wanting to make sure that that wasn't gifted to me by someone, you know, and would take away my credibility as far as payback.
What you're referring to is something that's very common. People wonder, why are you digging in, wondering what that deposit is? Well, there's a lot of reasons I can give you as far as why it's done. But if you're going through a mortgage or considering going through a mortgage, the thing to look at is look over the last 2 months of your bank statement. Whatever the dollar amount of the home is that you're purchasing, let's say it's $200,000 or $200,000. 1% of that amount is the maximum amount that you can really have in your account until you then have to start explaining what that is, showing proof for it. So in that scenario, $2,000 or more, we're going to ask you for items as far as what is this.
And that's one thing about the mortgage industry. Trust plays no part. It's what you can prove and what you can show.
I trust everyone. I just need you to verify.
There you go. Trust and verify. You'd make a great politician.
I never know.
He's a great guy, this Stephen. Hey, Steven, if they want to know more, where can they get a hold of you?
256-705-3476 or go online to themortgagefirm.com/Huntsville.
Awesome. I did a really bad Trump there. Did you catch that? He's a great guy. Anyway, hey, if I can do anything for you when it comes to real estate, give me a call, 256-679-0704. We're having way more fun than should be allowed by a realtor and a mortgage guy. But anyway, also look us up on the web, revolved.com. We'll see you next time.